Hey guys, and here we are back with another video, and today once again with the Lenovo Tab 4 8 Plus, which is a great tablet. Full review down below. And today we are just going to look at a feature which in my opinion should be available on any Android or iOS tablet, which is the ability to have multiple users accounts where each one of us can have our applications, our accounts, and everything private, so that I can have the things my way, my wife has an account for her with her things her own way, and then my kids may have also one account for each one of them. And there are two different types of accounts, standard and children, which is more limited, and we are going to take a quick look at both of them. So if we look at the tablet, first of all, just to share that there are three ways that we can accomplish this. Now, first of all, we can go to the settings, and if we look right over here, just put it in frame, there is a tab called users where we can check out the users that already are here and also create more that we are going to do in just a few moments. Now, regarding this one here, guest, this is created by default, and it's very useful if I want to borrow this tablet to a friend of mine that's coming to have a drink here with us, and if he wants to check any email or something like that, then I can just borrow. And if he uses this guest account, everything as it's cleaned as a new tablet, so he can do whatever he wants, and then at the end I can just erase everything. Now, this was one of the ways to get to that menu. There is also this shortcut app here that we can use to create new users, and also we will cancel. Also, we can go right over here, and if we check here the users, we can swap users or add another user. Now, we will start with the standard user right now, and then we will make a child user so that you guys can have a better feeling of how limited and the pros and cons of having a child account with the limitations and so on and so forth. But starting with the user, let's start. And here I'm not going to read this, guys. You will just pause if you want to read everything. And in here, let's press the name. Let's pretend that this would be for my wife, this account. Now, I can take a picture right over here, but I will not do that. What I will do is I will use a picture, just a few moments here that we already took a few days, which is nicer than the one that we have. Now, we already have everything set up, but let's close this. And if I go to this user or the settings of this user, let's go for the picture and gallery. And right now I want to use one of these pictures, this was one of the last pictures that we took. And let me cut myself out of here, and there we go, a nice picture for my wife, and there we go. So this is the best way, because tablets do not take great pictures, and we have a lot of nice pictures in our collection, so we can use some of them right over here. Now, we have the user created. Let's go to the user profile, or before, let me just share with you a few things right over here. If you look at my user or my tablet here, if I go to my apps, I've got a lot of trash already right over here. A lot of applications, games, and so on and so forth that we used on the review. This just to show that if I swap to my wife's account right now, what it happens is that and it's now this time it will take more time because it's creating everything. We can set a password, and we are not going to do that right now. And as you can see, the wallpaper is different, and this is exactly how the tablet comes from factory. So everything that I've got on mine will be different from what my wife has on hers. So she can place the icons where she wants, she can have a different wallpaper, and so on and so forth. There is a wheel over here which is setting up on the background, but we can start using. And if we take a look at the apps, we can see that the apps are completely different than the ones that I've got, because I've got already installed a lot. One interesting feature as well is that if we go to the Play Store right over here, my wife will have to sign in with her account, which is also great. She will grab her apps, I will grab my apps. She can have her mail account right over here configured with her account as well. I can have mine on my account. So there is a lot of potential in this, and that's why in my opinion all tablets, iOS and Android, because we use both here at home, should have this feature. Now, guys, in terms of creating account and then swapping, what I can show you as well is that if we wake the screen, we will have this option. Let me just put the tablet right over here. We will have this option to swap users right over here, and it will show me the notifications for one, notifications for the other one. If I select mine and do it like this, mine is protected, so it will ask me for the password or my fingerprint sensor, which is right over here. And this is about it in terms of switching users. We can use that screen, we can use this one right over here, yes, and it will go to the user, which in this particular case it's for my wife. Now if I go to mine once again, switch user, yes, and it will ask me for the password once again. There we go. And now we can create a new user, and in this particular moment let's create a child account so that you guys can have a better idea. This just because I've got two childs. One of them is 9 years old and he uses a tablet like this perfectly, better than me, but the other one is 4 and already is using tablets like this. But I believe that when he was younger, 2 or 3, if I wanted to show a video or a tablet, I could have done that in a different manner, which is what we are going to take a look right now. So let's create another user and let's add a child user, set up new user, and so on and so forth. And now let's give the name of my youngest, which I'm not sure if he would like this kind of tablet. But once again, there are pros and cons in this type of account. Now there is a few options here. Usage per session. If I want to limit my kid just to use 20 minutes or 30 minutes each session, I can do it right here. And let's say 20 minutes, confirm. And then I've got another option here, which is break between sessions, which we can also do it. And let's say unlimited and next, which is not a good idea because unlimited you can do 20-minute session, then 20-minute session, don't stop. So if you want to impose some limits, let's do. Now it's asking me here a password for this account. This account is just to be able to manage my kids' accounts or the children accounts available on this tablet. So I'm just going to 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 and select next. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and select done. So this password has nothing to do with any of my accounts. It's just a new password stating that this will be the password that will control the way that children accounts will work in this tablet. So now let's go to this children account and see how it behaves, because I actually believe that it's very well designed. Limited but designed. Let's continue right over here. And honestly, once again, this is for younger children, as you guys are seeing, but really funny. Now we can install more apps if we go to this tab over here, and if I select any of these apps, it will take me to the Play Store, but check it out. It will ask me for that password that we just created a few moments ago. So if the kid doesn't have, he will have no option to install apps without your permission, unless you give the password to him, and then he will do whatever. Now in terms of the videos, we will have also a nice thing right over here, which will give us basically suggestions. And this the suggestions, for what I've seen, it's everything for little children. And one of the nice things is when we press one of these cartoons, for example, is that everything is related to this cartoon. Of course, we are not limited to this. We can add more channels and more, yeah, it has to be with the parents. Let's put the password here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and continue. We can then, with this menu, add channel name. Let's say that favorite, like this, so we don't waste time. Okay, save. This is not the name of the channel. Now, right now, I will have to search, I don't know, Tom and Jerry, and search, and it will give me cartoons related to what this is, and I can add this one, and well, depends on what we are searching. And if I press save, okay, and then if we go back, we will have that channel created, and we can create a lot more channels. So here we go. This is a nice feature, a nice option, especially because my native language is not English, is Portuguese. My kids watch Portuguese cartoons, and this might be a good option for anyone that it's not native English. So moving back so that we can take a look, we also have a tab with games already pre-installed that we can use, but we can also, like we did with the videos, install more games. And then there are also websites arranged right over here, but the same situation, I can add my own websites that I want. And then we have the camera feature, which just for the kids to take their own pictures. And if I take a look, here we go. And then we also have the gallery where the pictures will go, and if we want to change the wallpaper, which is basically the wallpaper that we see right over here. And that's about it in terms of the children account. Let's move out of it. If I go right over here, I can select one of these accounts and just switching to mine, just putting my finger right over here, because I'm used to grab the tablet here and the fingerprint right on my thumb, which works really well. But if I put my thumb in the different position, it will not recognize. But guys, basically this is it. I do believe that this option, once again, should be available on any tablet available in the market. It's not easy to find this feature. This was the first tablet that I have my hands on. I believe that there are others, but it's not very common because we have reviewed quite a few, and this one was actually the one that gave me these options, which are just great. And guys, this is it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto George, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.